Did you know you can get diamond status for less than $600, in my opinion, on average? And we'll talk about it. But right now, I've got a maxed out major on CenturyLink, and I'm here at the Harrah's in Lake Tahoe. Harrah's flew me out. And so we're just going to chase this major. Oh, nice. 5 of a kind, 3 times. $300. And we're going to discuss tier status, how to get basically diamond for 600, and the process behind it, and what I would do if I was, trying to get diamond again. So basically, at any Caesar's property, and oh, nice. Wish that was there. At any Caesar's property, by the way, not a sponsor. I don't know why most people think that casinos sponsor slot channels. They don't sponsor slot channels, to my knowledge. Maybe that'll change in the future, or maybe I'll get approached. Who knows? Reach out to @LetsTalkSlots, and if you're somehow connected with a casino, want to sponsor me. But anyway, the point is oh, come on, 3 more. How points work, tier status points work, is that at a casino or at any Caesar's property, if you coin in $5, you get 1 tier credit point. And coining in, it doesn't matter. Come on! It doesn't matter how much you win or lose. It's how much you coin in when you hit the button. So if you're betting $1, you have to do 5 spins to get 1 tier credit. It doesn't matter if you win every time you spin or lose every time you spin. It has nothing to do with your wins or losses. It's how many times basically you bet. Come on. And I forgot to mention, I started with 2,000 and I had $100 in slot play, and I have another 70 in slot play. It's just a little weird to get it in the machine. All right, 3 of those. We needed that one there. So let's talk about how do you get to diamond. So you have to get 15,000 tier credit points to get to diamond. And so if you have to coin in $5 to get 1 tier credit point, to get 15,000, you have to coin in, and I'm doing quotes, you have to coin in $75,000, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. And we'll talk about it. So first of all, you can get, minor, 5,000. You can get daily bonuses, right? So right now, just with how much I've spun, I've got 120 points because I'm getting $5 per spin. So I've got 120 points. But if you get 500 tier credit points in one day, you get a bonus of 125. So you get 625 tier credit points for 500. And so, that adds up, but it really starts to add up on your daily bonus as you get higher up, not higher up, as you get more points. So if you get 1,000 tier credit points, you get a bonus 1,000. So you actually end up getting 2,000 points if you get 1,000 points in one day. If you get 2,500 bonus points in one day, they double your bonus. So you get an additional 5,000 points. So how it ends up working, come on. So it ends up working is if you get 2,500 points, you end up with 7,500 points in one day. And then the big one is, for me, if I'm actually trying to acquire points, my biggest thing is I will try and get 5,000 points in one day. Come on. Because 5,000 points, thank you. Because 5,000 points will get you an additional 5,000 in tier credits. Come on. So you get a bonus. So you get a bonus of 10,000 points. So basically you can you get 15,000 points in one day for 5,000. So that's how you can actually get diamond real easily, is just to get 5,000 points in one day. Now that's kind of a tall order because you have to coin in 25,000. And we'll talk about how much to coin in and how much you'll actually lose coining in here in a little bit. Lots of 4 of a kinds, $60. A couple of good balls, 10x balls, pretty good. Whoops, pretty good. Each of these balls, by the way, are a multiplier of your bet. So you can have 1 times, 2 times, and then it goes 3, 4, 5, and then I think it's in increments of 5 to 50, and then increments of 50. So you get up to 250 times your bet, which would be 12,500. Did I do that right? No. 6,250. Come on, come on. So the best way to get points, though, is to go on a multiplier day. Now, at this point, I kind of have to distinguish between rewards multipliers and tier credit multipliers. So if you see like a, come on, ooh, 4 of those, pretty good. If you see a rewards credit multiplier day, that doesn't do anything with your tier credits. That's just rewards credits for, you know, using comps and buying food and stuff. So don't mistake those 2 days. Come on. Oh, you get 5 a lot. And I've done that before where I thought it was a tier credit multiplier day, but it was a reward credit multiplier day. And so what you need to do is make sure it's a tier credit multiplier day. Now in Kansas City, last month, there was a 1 week promotional period where they did a 10 times rewards credit multiplier. And that was a really good one because they usually cap it at 25,000. So you can only do 2,500 points times 10. But on last month, they allowed up to 40,000. So if you got 4,000 points during that 1 week, and it's the whole week, you'd have to get them all in one day. If you do 4,000 points during that week, come on, you end up with 40,000 tier credit points, which would put you actually at Diamond Plus, not just Diamond. So that's the first thing. There's all kinds of, there's all kinds of five tier credit multiplier days. And so if you're really determined to get status, that's what I would do, is I would go on one of those days where, you know, they have a, come on, oh, you sure get 5 a lot, according to Vegas Matt and me. So yeah, so if you look at it that way, so for example, you wait for one of the 10x multiplier days, you really would only need to get 1,500 points in one day in order for you to get diamond status. And so if you look at it that way, 1,500 points would be 7,500 coin in. And again, that sounds like a lot to a lot of people, but really if you break it down, come on, could have been so much better. If you break it down, you can look at it like this. So if you bet $1 per spin, which, you know, is a fairly common bet. People do 50 cents, $1. So just take it times 2. But if you bet $1 per spin, you should be able to do about 15 spins per hour, even if you're playing slow. So even playing slow, you should get 15 spins per hour or 15 spins per minute. So then that means every hour you're doing approximately 900 spins. Come on. Oh no. So you're doing, 900 spins per hour. And so what that would break down to, 900 spins per hour, you need 7,500, 90 divided by 7. So you basically need about 8 hours and then 1/3, 8 hours and 20 minutes. So 8 hours and 20 minutes of slot play. And you could do that over, a lot of times the promotions are at least for a weekend. A lot of times they're for a week. And so in one whole week, you basically need to play 8.5 hours of slots. And some of you can do that in one day. I know who you are. I see you. You can do 8 hours and 20 minutes just betting $1. And when you look at it that way, like how much should you actually lose if you coin in 7,500? Because coin in is different from what you put in the machine. Most people think it's what you put in the machine. It's not what you put in the machine, it's what you coin in. And the reason they do that is because it's based upon how much the casino expects you to lose over a given time period. And they base everything off of that. Your comps, they base your status and everything. They base it off of how much they think they're gonna gain from you in the long run if you bet. And so we need to talk about something called like miner, another $5,000 miner ball we missed. But so return to player, I lost where I was. I think basically about to discuss return to player. So by and large for lower limit slots, RTP, which is return to player, is basically 92%, give or take 1 or 2%. And so in the long run, if you're betting low stakes, every time you bet $1, think of it this way, you're only gonna get back on average 92 cents. So you're losing 8 cents every time you bet. So given those numbers, the average over a long enough period of time, at 8% of 7,500 is $600. And so in order for you to reach diamond status, if you go on a 10 times multiplier day, nice. It would only require you to do, it should on average be $600 in loss on average. You could win, you could lose, but $600 for diamond status if you go on a 10 times tier credit day. And that's kind of how I look at it. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't be in the comment section and be like, oh, come on. Yeah, finally. All right. Our first bonus, I don't know why my voice crashed. My first bonus at Harrah's Lake Tahoe. So let's go. Got a maxed out major at 10,000. That's why I'm chasing this one. Come on. Fill in the hole. All right. Looks like a small grouping. Small grouping. Come on. Nice. Come on. Come on. Save it. So yeah, so don't be coming in the comments section and being like, oh, you know, I lost $6,000. That's possible. In fact, on my spreadsheet for slots, when I'm doing a $1,000 video where I start with $1,000, sometimes I will lose the entire $1,000 and I only coined in $1,300. So if you think about that RTP is like 20%. Because I got back 20% and then maybe the 20% of the 20% and then the 20% of the 20% of the 20%. So really my RTP was like 20%. If your RTP is 20%, then you're gonna have to put in like $6,000 to get, oh, what a big grouping too. So how the functionality behind this machine works is the balls are not predetermined. They're determined when you hit the button. So when you hit the button, all the balls are determined. So whatever group, let's say there's 100 balls. I don't know how many balls there are behind the screen. So let's say there's 100 balls. That's obviously a big grouping. Now, could it be that this just happened to be a big group of, you know, balls that just happen to land? That's possible. But when you see a big grouping like that, most of the balls behind it, come on, most of the balls behind it are in fact, you know, big as well. So there's a big group of balls. So you hear me say big grouping or big balls or big school of fish. That's what I'm talking about. And I think a lot of other slot channels use that terminology too, because they tend to come in groups. In fact, my biggest win when I hit the $25,000 minor when I was doing $5 denomination, that was a huge school. The balls were 2,500, 1,200, or 12. Sorry, not 2,500. Balls were 1,250 and whatever else. And then I also here recently, before I actually came to Harrah's Lake Tahoe, I hit a major in Kansas City. And that video should be out before this one. It might be a short. I don't know if I was recording. I don't think I was recording, so it's going to be a short. So that grouping was huge too. I think the major was 5,000, but I ended up winning, I think something like 15,000. Or in total I won, it was like 12. Come on, that's a big school. In total, I won like 15,000 because along with the major came other huge balls because it was a big grouping. Come on, I'll take a small school. Flag. Come on. Oh, and then there's a minor this third time. It really wants to give it to me. I think I'm gonna play this machine even if things don't work out, I'm going to probably throw more money in. Flags. I knew the third one was going to come. So the balls come in groups of 3. And so on the come out before you get the bonus, you'll never see just like one ball in the center because they come in groups of 3. So you'll either see one ball up there and then the other 2 didn't make it, or you'll see 2 balls and the third ball is up there. And then, come on, flag. and then you can see all 3 balls, and then 2 balls here on the side or 1 on the bottom. So they come in groups of 3, and there's only 1 group of 3 on each wheel. Come on. That needed to be lower. All right, we're down to 500. Flag. I would like at least 1 free games. The free games on this are one of my favorites. I like the doors. You can land a bunch of doors, which then gives you a really good line hit. Could be the balls too, and it could be the wild. All right. Well, come on. Flag. Ah. All right. Come on. In case you're new here, Dragon Link and Dragon Cash are my favorite games. This is Dragon Cash, and so the difference between Dragon Link and Dragon Cash is this machine is standalone, meaning those progressives, that $10,000 major and the grand, are to this machine. It's all built by money that was put into this machine, and so. Come on, flag. 1 and 3. And so basically this has a capped out major, which means that, you know, no one's hit the major on this in a while. Now what's interesting about when I hit my major before this trip here to Lake Tahoe, that was the 3rd major that machine had hit in that day. So you never know with these things. Some people say that they don't like to play maxed out majors because it hasn't hit in a while and it doesn't seem like it's gonna hit. Which might be true, might not be true. Oh look, 5 of a kind. So now we got some more ammo. Sweet, lucky chance spin. Come on. Give me a bonus. But anyway, so Dragon Cash is solely this machine's money. And so if I go to the machine around the corner, it's not gonna have these same major and grand jackpot. It's gonna have its own separate one. Now Dragon Link is when a bank of machines is linked together. So the bank, all the majors, or it could just be all the grands. So it doesn't have to be all the majors, it could just be the grands. But all the grands are linked together. It's linked to other machines in some way. And so that's why they call it Dragon Link. All right, come on, save me. I wasn't gonna save. Save me here. My win-loss is down in the description below for my win-loss to date. And I will see you in the next video, which I'm going to talk about the different tier statuses and like the different 7 stars status. So